So we're going to start with a standing roll down, just to articulate the spine or move each bone one at a time, just so that we can see how flexible we are to start with. So imagine your spine is stuck to a wall. The wall takes the shape of your spine, so it's not a flat wall. What I'd like you to do is slowly take a breath in into the armpits, breathe out as you slowly curl the chin towards the chest, and keep rolling down one vertebrae at a time, all the way down to the floor as far as you comfortably can. If you can't reach the floor, that's fine. Hold the position for the breath in into the armpits, engage the B-line, and now use the B-line to come up breathing out. Don't squeeze the bottom at all, just curling up one bone at a time, lengthen through the crown of the head, take a breath in at the top. Deep breath out as you curl down again, one vertebrae at a time, peeling off that imaginary wall. Keep the chin off the chest so you're not squashing it down, which will inhibit your breath. Breathing in, you may feel the hamstrings here. Breathing out as you curl up one bone at a time, using the B-line, constantly using the B-line to support the back. So if you feel your back muscles working, it's probably because you're not B-lining. Take a breath in. We'll do one more. And breathing out to curl down. This is also used as a gauge because we'll do it at the end as well. And it's used as a gauge to see how flexible you've become during the program. Hold the position for the breath in. Engage the B-line and breathe out to curl up, one bone at a time. All the way up. If you find you're tight in the knees, bend the knees slightly. Right, we're going to start off with some stretches on the floor. So sitting down with the knees bent open. Martin, if you can face that direction, great. The knees are comfortably bent open. Don't draw the heels too tightly up into the groin, just so that you can sit upright as if your back were against a wall. Stretch both hands up into the air, breathing in. Place the hands down the back between the shoulder blades. Take a breath in. Deep breath out and curl, peeling yourself off that imaginary wall behind you, but not leaning forward. Breathing in into the armpits, breathing out, curling forward. Try not to lean forward like that, as this does not stretch the lower back muscles. Breathing in through the nose, breathe out. Imagine curling over a roller, going as far forward as you can, keeping the lower 6 inches upright. Breathing into the armpits. If you feel the neck too tense, just relax the elbows to that position there. Breathing into the armpits, keep the shoulders down in towards the tailbone. You should feel the stretch in the lower part of the back or across the shoulder blades. Keep breathing deeply, and the breathing continuously flows. Breathing into the armpits, remember the ocean breath out. Deep sigh out. You actually want to hear yourself breathing from across the room. Breathing in, relax the knees. That's it, so you don't want to tense up the legs either. Breathing in through the nose, deep sigh out as you curl forward. And one more. Take a deep breath out as you curl forward. Relax the shoulders. Don't squash the chin onto the chest at all. And a deep breath out. Right, breathe in to come up. One bone at a time, reaching the hands up into the air. Relax the hands by the sides. Straighten the legs out in front of you. Point your feet and squeeze the ankle bones together. Right, take the arms up into the air again, breathing in. Hands down the back. And breathe out as you curl, drawing the ribs in towards the hips, but don't squash the chin down too much. Breathing in, deep breath out, going down as far forward as you can on the first breath, squeezing the ankle bones together. Breathing in into the armpits, deep sigh out. Relax the shoulders if you feel your neck. Keep the B-line engaged at all times. Squeeze those inner thighs gently together and press the knees into the floor. If you find your hamstrings are too tight in this exercise, bend the knees slightly so you can keep them like that and still get a good stretch into the lower back. So keeping the knees straight, take a breath in. We're going to extend this program by flexing your feet. So just draw the toes back and press through the heels as hard as you can. You should feel an increased stretch in the back of the legs. Again, if you feel it too tightly behind the knees, just bend the knees slightly. Breathing into the upper back, relax the shoulders, and a deep sigh out as you curl in. And breathing in and straightening up one vertebra at a time as you come all the way up into the air, hands to the ceiling, and relax your hands by your sides. We're now going to do a rotational movement, so bending your left leg. That's it. Martin's going to do a straightforward movement for those of you who don't have enough rotation. Mel and Holly will be doing the rotational movement. So take both arms up into the air, as tall as you can. The girls are going to keep their hands up. Martin, if you take your hands down your back, that's it, between the shoulder blades, and curl in, just straight down, making sure that the nose comes straight down the inside of the thigh. The girls are going to turn towards the bent knee. Take a breath in, don't move. Breathe out and reach over. grab the foot and place the top hand behind the head between the shoulders. Hold the position, take a breath in. Breathe out, lengthen through the crown of the head. In Mel's position here, what we're going to do, because she is quite flexible, we're going to place this hand on this knee and this hand on your foot. That's it. Take a breath in, breathe out, use the bottom hand to corkscrew around and the top hand to lengthen out. Similar to a human pretzel, isn't it? Keep the beeline in as much as you can, and a deep breath out as you lengthen through the crown of the head. Deep breath in, and remember, you want to hear yourself breathing. Bend the bottom elbow to let yourself come down. Once again, try not to stretch a stretched muscle because it will only fight you back. Take a breath in, breathe out and flop. Just flop. And notice the difference. You actually do gain more stretch. Keep the beeline in. One more breath out. Stretch both hands in line with the bottom leg. Breathe out to come up to the center. Turn and relax and change legs. Well done. Martin is working quite well independently here by himself. Once again, take both arms up into the air. Hands down the back, Martin, and away you go. The girls will turn, reach over, grab the foot. Mel, if you can get your hand positions, that's it. Take a breath in, breathe out and lengthen through the crown of the head and corkscrew around. When corkscrewing the torso, always turn from the rib cage. Try not to use the shoulders because that may strain the back. Breathing in into the armpits and breathe out and corkscrew and lengthen through the crown of the head as well. Great. Keep pressing through the bottom heel so you can get a stretch all the way up the hamstring. If you need to bend the knee, that's fine to do so. And once more, just flop down, flop down. There you go. We're going to continue with the stretches. The difference with this program and most Pilates programs is that this one involves a lot of stretching to loosen you up before you start the program so that you actually activate the muscles a little deeper. So we're going to continue the hamstring stretches, lying down on your back, just rolling down, and bend your right leg up towards you. Martin, if you can keep your left leg bent, taking the right leg up into the air, that's it. Reach forward and grab the leg with both hands. Now, making sure that you keep a coin underneath the hip so the hip doesn't lift right off the floor. Take a breath in to start. Breathe out. Bend the elbows towards the hip and down to the floor, holding the position, breathing in. Breathe out. Bend a little further and flex the foot so you're trying to get the heel to the wall above the head, pressing the hip into the ground. And keep breathing. A deep sigh out. Remember, if you feel it behind the knee, bend the knee slightly. Mel, if you can take your hands a little higher. If you have the flexibility to do so, take the hands up high, but make sure you keep pressing that hip down onto the floor and the tailbone is still on a coin. Breathing in and out. Using the beeline. Great. If you do have flexibility, extend the leg all the way down to the floor. And Holly, if you can flex your foot a little bit more, that's it, to give it more of a stretch. Keep in mind bending the knee. Make sure the knee is coming to the shoulder, not to the nose, so you're not cutting across the body. One more breath, that's it. And change legs. Take the leg up into the air, making sure the other foot is 60 centimeters away from the backside or a right angle at the knee joint. Take a breath in to start. Breathe out, bending the elbows towards the hip and down to the floor, making sure the hip stays on a coin, pressing through the heel. Deep breath in through the nose, engage the beeline, breathing out. Just relax the hip joint as much as possible so you're drawing the thigh to the rib cage, not the foot to the floor. And deeper breaths in through the nose. Close the rib cage to breathe out. Close the rib cage, and immediately you'll find that the abdominals work harder and your breathing is much louder. Into the armpits, so bend the elbows outwards to the sides a little bit, and that'll allow you to take a deeper breath in. Two more breaths in through the nose. Bring the leg in line with the shoulder. That's it. Lengthening through the crown of the head. And last one, deep breath out. Close the rib cage. Great, and relax. We're now going to go into the thigh stretches or quadricep stretches. So kneeling upright. We have 3 different versions here. Martin's going to do this lying down. If you have any knee joint pain, this is the best position to be in. If you do have the flexibility, we're going to grab the back of the leg like Holly's going to do. So he's going to reach forward, grab the back of the leg. And if you don't have too much flexibility and you feel it very strongly in the front of the thigh, then certainly do it this way, which is more comfortable. So you're going to place your right hand on your right buttock, as in the case with Mel. The left hand goes on her pubic bone. The right hand is on the heel for Holly, and trying not to arch the back too much. Take a breath in. Breathe out and bending the elbow to draw the heel back. You'll feel the stretch right up in the front of the thigh. Breathing in and a breath out and tuck. Keep breathing. You're going to feel a very, very strong stretch on the front of the thigh. If you feel it in the knee joint at all, don't do this bending on the knee. Lie down, as in Martin's case. What you want to try and avoid is this. This is not a thigh stretch. So coming back up, you're going to lean forward to lengthen and open up the lower back, and then tuck the pelvis. So it's a very small movement, but a very, very strong stretch. Keep breathing, 2 more breaths. Keeping a tripod underneath this foot for your balance. You may find your balance is quite different from one leg to the other. And 1 more breath, deep sigh out, and relax and change legs. Okay, if you can't reach back and grab the foot, place a towel around the foot, and that'll help to give you the stretch. Taking a breath in, breathing out, and a gentle bend. Try and imagine drawing the abdominals in so you can slide a ruler between the abdominals and the floor. Pressing, lengthening through the knee, trying if possible to bring the knee slightly off the ground as long as there's no pressure in the back. If you can't bring the knee off the ground and there's a big gap underneath the hip, just try and press that hip into the floor, and that'll increase the stretch. Keep the shoulder blades into the pocket, lengthen through the crown of the head. Deep sigh out. Once again, you want to try and keep your hips square. There, how's that? That increases the stretch just that little bit extra. And a deep tuck, pressing the buttock down, pulling the pubic bone up. On this stretch here with Holly, you're going to find it's going to be a little bit higher, right up here. And 1 more breath, breathing in through the nose, deep sigh out, and relax.